Welcome to colorful Colorado, also known as the Centennial State. The American Constitution Party would like to welcome the National Committee members to Denver, Colorado. Since we're going to be meeting in Texas next time and we have a few folks from Texas, I thought I'd share a little bit about Colorado. You happen to be very, very close to the largest airport in the U.S. at 34,000 acres. Happens to have the largest commercial runway at 16,000 feet. Denver has the largest city park system and also has the longest street, continuous street, at 26.5 miles, Colfax Avenue. Of all the land area in the U.S. that's over 10,000 feet, 75% of it is within the borders of Colorado. Within less than an hour west of here, you could be on the highest paved road in North America, going to the top of Mount Evans at 14,268 feet. A little bit further west, you can go through the longest and highest mountain tunnel. A little further west than that, you get to Grand Mesa, which is the largest flat top mountain in the U.S., actually in the world, at 500 square miles at the top of the mountain. If you were to go south, you can see the tallest sand dunes. You can even visit the Colorado Alligator Farm. The Royal Gorge Bridge happens to be the tallest suspension bridge at 1,053 feet above the Arkansas River. East of here, the world's first rodeo was held July 4th, 1869 in Deer Trail, Colorado. And Denver's kept that up for over 100 years, having the world's largest rodeo here. Culturally, there are more microbreweries per capita than any other state. There are more than 500 ghost towns throughout the state. Colorado is the only state in the history to reject the Olympics. Currently, the world's largest liquor store is in Thornton, Colorado at 2.3 acres. Although you can rest assured, because it's illegal to ride a horse in Colorado while under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Politically, no U.S. president nor vice president has been born in Colorado. We did have 3 governors in one day, though. In 1904, there was some election fraud. And so that morning on March 16th, 1905, it dawned with Alva Adams as the governor. James Peabody was given the oath of office by Colorado's Chief Justice, but only after he promised to resign. And he held that promise 5 minutes after he was given the oath of office. He resigned, and Lieutenant Governor Jesse McDonald was sworn in as our 16th governor. The Libertarian Party was conceived in Colorado Springs. And unfortunately, they're about 3 times our size in voter registration in this state. We have a little over 12,000 registered voters. A little over almost 3,000 of those are inactive and will be dropped off the rolls if they don't vote in 2018. I want to use the rest of my time to talk about 3 interwoven topics: focus, faith, and future. You and I must keep our focus. In a world where we are inundated with what's wrong in our culture by traditional media, social media, and most likely the books on our own bookshelf, we have to maintain our focus. These inputs to us are important, but they should not consume us, because we have a greater cause. If we allow ourselves to be distracted by the things that are awry in this land, then our actions will be driven by fear. When we have truth in our arsenal, we should continually be moving forward as we remove fear from our vocabulary. This perseverance reminds me of a hymn, Onward, Christian Soldiers, which was inspired by Paul's instructions to Timothy in 2 Timothy 2:3. Thou therefore endure hardness as good soldiers of Jesus Christ. I do not stand before you to let you know that by being involved in the Constitution Party, that you have chosen the easy path, but to confirm that you are on the correct path. Around here, we would say, if it were easy, then it ain't worth it. Since we're a political party, the focus is simple: to get people elected, people of integrity, willing to bind governments to their constitutional authority. We will not accomplish the ultimate goals without taking daily steps towards it, meaning we must be continually adding to our ranks, spreading our message of hope for the nation, and combating the idea that government is the solution or savior. One of the ways to maintain our focus is to truly believe in our cause. So that brings us to faith. We can trust in the document by which we get our name because we have historical evidence on our side. I might classify George Washington as discouraged in early 1787. He couldn't service the national debt. Economic depression was enveloping the country. The currency was basically worthless, and there were rebellious uprisings. And France and Great Britain were drooling at our pending collapse. Yet by the summer of 1791, peace and prosperity prevailed across this land. We all know what happened in between. We were gifted with this document they understood and followed, called the Constitution of the United States. We should have full faith and confidence that this same document can cure the similar symptoms that had plagued us in 1787, albeit maybe the envelope of recovery might be a little longer than 2 years, as we have had decades and decades of overreach to roll back. I would be remiss to not address the very reason you are here today. And that reason is your Creator desired for you to reach out and give a better life to your fellow human beings. By having faith in your Creator, you now understand that each human has a value to he whom knit them together. As the English proverb says, you can catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. Fear might get temporary desired action from people, but compassion, empathy, and encouragement can give a lasting positive effect to their life. Give them the hope that is in you, the hope that you have for the future of this nation, and they may very well join you on the difficult path. Another way we can retain our focus is by not searching for self-serving, short-term solutions, but to work towards long-term results. So that brings us to our future. Our work is not just for this time, but for the future, as our founder stated, and our posterity, meaning children, grandchildren, and yet to be born. Looking forward to the future also requires us to go on the offense. Change will not occur without action. I consider it utterly offensive when we place people in segmented groups and then vilify those groups, when we should be going on the offense and trying to reach people on an individual level. The future looks very bright as long as we continue making steps forward and are armed with the words of the truth. Nothing is out of reach. Even the gates of hell stand no chance against Christians on the offense. And as proof that nothing is impossible, if you looked around this room, you'll find a very beautiful woman with long hair and a huge heart, and she belongs to me and I belong to her. With that, I say welcome to Colorado and encourage you folks of integrity to join me as we focus on liberty and prosperity that the Constitution of the United States can provide, with the faith in our Creator and Lord and the value He placed on every human life for the future of this great land and our posterity. Persevere, persevere. Again, I say persevere.